Okay, we talked about briefly what is identity and access management yesterday. What are the rules and responsibilities, and what are the opportunities available, and how critical for organizations in today's world to have the IAM framework in place. So that is the thing that we have discussed briefly. I will revise one more time, just a quick and brief revision summary. IAM is a identity and access management framework that is being in practice in every organization now. Earlier they used to have the traditional IAM approach, but now in the market there are various IAM platforms available which can fulfill the IAM framework policies and procedures. What are the IAM platforms available? We have Okta, which is a number one leading IAM platform, very user friendly, easy to learn, nothing to struggle much to learn that particular tool and become a master in that. And the second one is we have various other tools like AWS has its own IAM, and also Microsoft has its own IAM platform called Entra ID. Earlier they used to call it as Azure ID, but now they have renamed it as Entra ID. And also IBM has its own product, IAM product, and also Google has its own IAM product, right? Everyone, even Oracle also has its own product. So there are different IAM platforms available. But you can, if you can master in one and know how exactly the IAM framework works within the organization, then it is not a big task to learn another tool as well. But to get into a job, you should have the fair knowledge of what is an IAM, how does it work, and also one particular tool. If you can become expert, you can get the IAM engineer or Okta engineer or Okta developer, Okta consultant, or Okta architect. Based on your experience, you can even apply as a freshers also. I could see in the portals there are tremendous openings for mid-level and startup companies for Okta freshers as well. And also for the experienced peoples also, there are a lot of openings available in the market. So we discuss as part of this course, I will cover what is an IAM, what are the practices that we follow in IAM, and also with the Okta, how we can achieve those practices. So basically, let us assume you are a software engineer and you joined an organization. So immediately, what they will do, they will give you a access to various applications, right? So, as a software engineer, what are the tools that you need to have access? Number one is you need to have the basic is Outlook access, right? To check your emails, you need to have Outlook access, and you need to have Slack access. If you are a software developer, you need to have Git and GitHub access. These are the tools to maintain the code and to maintain the versions of the code. Number four is whatever the project that got assigned, those applications access, project related applications access, right? What else? Apart from Outlook, Slack, applications, what else access you needed? You need to have leave tracker access, correct? And you need to have internal portal of your organization. Let us suppose you join TCS, then you have TCS has its own portal, right? Internal portal where you can enter the timesheet, you can maintain the leave trackers. So all those stuffs, each organization practice its own way. Some of the organization have the one portal to access all the applications. In some organizations, they have different portals. As an engineer, once you join the organization, you need to have all these accesses. So before IAM, how it is giving the access. Let us suppose there is no IAM practice in the organization and you joined as an employee. Then what they need to do, a admin HR will communicate to the admin through some help desk or something, or through ticket or something. Then that particular admin guy has to create one access for Outlook. That means one username and password, one account has to be created in Outlook. Slack also he has to create. For GitHub also he has to create. Applications also he has to create. There could be, it's not a single applications, right? There might be 100 applications on a daily basis which you need to have access as an employee. Then for all 100 applications, you need to have the credentials. When I say credentials, is nothing but username and password, so that you can log in and do your work. And also for these internal portals also you need to have access. So this is actually a tedious task for organization. For one user itself, you need to create these many accounts. Let us assume there are some lakhs of employees working in an organization where you need to maintain all their credentials, and there should be a separate team sitting and doing this task. So it's a very cost a burden for the organization, right? Agree? So to solve this problem, actually, they have come up with a solution called IAM framework, which will take care of all these, solving all these problems. That means creating an account, updating an account, and removing an account. So what does it mean by creating an account? That means you are provisioning a user account. It has to be done through some set of policies and procedures. What are those policies and procedures? So all these are covering IAM framework. So when a employee joined, user account has to be created, correct? A new employee or new partner or a new customer actually started doing business with you or started working for your organization, then you need to create an account for that particular user. So that is onboarding or provisioning of an account. When a user left the organization, suppose he resigned the job, he is leaving the organization, then that particular user account has to be removed or revoked from all these applications. That is one task. So creating an account is one task, removing an account is another task. In middle, while he is working in the organization, suppose he got a promotion from employee to manager, then you need to update the account. So how many activities I am doing? One is creating an account, and if he got promotion or if he got changed department from one department to another department, or he relocated the location from one location to another location, then all these has to be updated. So creation, updation, and deletion. These three are the main activities while you are maintaining the identities. When I say identity, what is my identity? My identity is my user account for the application. If you have the user account, then only you can able to access the application. Without user account, you can't access the application. So when I say identity, it's nothing but user account. User account is considered as a identity. User account to be considered as a identity. So my framework is IAM, right? So one is identity. That means user account has to be created, updated, and removed. These three, maintaining these three activities is we are calling as a identity of a user, right? The accounts has to be maintained, created, updated, deleted when needed. And once it is created, account is created, right? Account is created. Now that particular account has to be provided a set of access to these applications, because once he has the access, then only he can able to access the applications, log into the application, and he's do his work, right? Otherwise he can't do his work. So organization level, maintaining the identity is one thing, and providing the access is the another thing. So to accept, so you are maintaining the identities, and also you are providing the access to these application. So in nutshell, we are calling this entire framework as a identity and access management. That means I am creating a user account and maintaining that user account. That means I am managing the identities of the user. What is my identity? One more time, it's a username and password. That is my identity. Now, after creating an user account, access has to be provided for various application for that particular user, and that can be achieved by providing a access to them, and that is nothing but access management. So in a nutshell, I am managing the identity, and also I am managing the access of that user account. So we are calling as a management of identity and access. So this is the identity and access management framework. What are the components available within the IAM framework? What are the major components? That also I will revise one more time. Components of IAM, or I can say main components of IAM. The first and foremost is authentication. This is one. Authentication means you have to prove yourself who you are. That is authentication. That means passport. Suppose you are traveling to abroad and passport is your identity, and you need to show that each and every counter when you're traveling, because that is your identity, right? So similarly, when you access a application or system or database or any protected resource of the organization, you need to have an identity, and through with that identity, in general the identity would be username and password, and by using that you can authenticate yourself to access any application or any system that you are allowed to. So that is a authentication. Now coming to the another component, which is a authorization. That means, see, you have the identity, you have the account created, but what are the applications that you can able to access? So that is the access management. Suppose I have the passport, my identity got created, I am a citizen of India. Now, with that passport, can it go anywhere in the world? Absolutely not, because you need to have the access of the visa. You need to have the permission to travel certain places of the world only. Without visa, you can't travel anywhere, right? So similarly, once your identity is created within the organization, once your account is created, what are the applications that you should be able to access is calling as a authorization. Like how within the office premises, I cannot access all the areas of the office premises. I can access at max my cubicle desk, the pantry or cafeteria, or some um, dormitory. So these are the places which I have the access. Apart from that, I'm not allowed to enter into the restricted rooms like server rooms, maintenance rooms. So all these areas are, as an employee, I'm restricted. So who will decide that? That decides about the authority who provides the authorization for you. So that is also within the organization taken care by IAM framework, right? And also we have something called identity governance. Identity governance. That means whatever the activity that you are doing as a employee or as a user has to be audited, reviewed and monitored. So that activity is called in identity governance. So generally a organization should follow the reviews of the activity that is being performed by the users for the security purpose, and they will do quarterly basis the audit, like these are the accounts what they have did, and they are on a daily basis they monitor the account also. So that is called identity governance, right? That is also part of the IAM. And also we have a component called single sign on, very important. What is single sign on? Let us go back to that applications what we need to access as a software engineer. So for all these application without IAM, what I need to do, application level access account has to be created. That means I need to create one set of credentials for this application. For first application, one set of credentials, and for this another set of credentials. So one username and password. Here also one username and password. Like this I have to create for all these applications. So what IAM will do is, with one set of credentials, that means with one username and password, you can able to access all these applications. All these applications can be accessed with one set of credentials, which is nothing but single sign-on. So let us suppose you have to have the access to 50 application on a daily basis to do your job. Whatever the role it could be, you are an employee, you are a manager, you are an architect, you are a director. Irrespective of the role, you have to access 50 application on a daily basis to you do your job. Then what you need to do? You need to create 50 accounts first and set the password, different passwords for different applications, or the common password for all the application, right? But you need to maintain that user account in all the applications. If you have to revoke the access, that particular application has to be revoked. That means that particular account has to be removed from the system. So that is a tedious task again. If you forgot to remove one user account when he left the organization, it will lead to major security escalation. So to avoid that, what single sign-on is doing is, with one account you can access all these applications. That means with one set of credentials you can access all these applications without any hassles. That is the main purpose of having single sign-on. With one sign-on you can access each and every system of that organization which you are authorized to access. That is a single sign-on. And we have various other components also. So I don't want to feed too much theory so that you will get bored. But just to have a fair idea, you need to understand what is IAM, which is identity management and access management, and also what are the various components that we are going to deal with it. Now we understood what is IAM and what are the components of IAM. How you can, as a organization, suppose you are built an organization, you have a business, and you are maintaining so many applications within that business. Now you need to maintain the IAM, you need to have the IAM framework in place, then how you will fulfill. For that purpose only, we have various tools available in the market called Okta, which is a leading tool. We have Entra ID, we have SailPoint. So all these are IAM platforms, right? We have Ping Identity, right? So these are the various IAM platforms which are fulfilling the IAM framework. So in general, IAM is the common framework which can be maintain the management of identity and access within the organization for the users. Now all these platforms actually have to fulfill the IAM policies, procedures and technology. By definition, what is an IAM? IAM is a set of procedures and policies which will decide the right people have the right access at the right time. What does it mean, right people? That means the people who are authorized only should be able to access the resource. When I say resource, it could be application, system, database, protected resource of the organization. It could be anything. As an employee, I should able to access only the applications which I am privileged to access. As a manager, I need to access only the applications which I am privileged to access. So these are the various IAM platforms available in the market. And there is a huge demand now. People are started realizing that what is the importance of the application security and what is the importance, because if the organization is not compliant with the security standards, then obviously the partners, vendors or customers will not ready to do the business with them. It is directly impacting on their business. My applications are not secured, my users access and identities are not secure, then what is the integrity that you have I can do a business with you? Simple. First of all, if I am signing a contract with you, if I am dealing a business with you, I will first check how your systems or applications are secured, whether you are following the security standards or not. So that I will check. For that reason only, actually, people are compliant, making themselves compliant with the security standards so that they can get more business and they can succeed. And that is one main reason actually people are nowadays hurrying to implement IAM solutions within the organization. For that purpose only, we are trying to learn IAM and Okta. And coming to the Okta, how I can access Okta? Is it I need do I need to install any software to start learning it or do it? Absolutely no, because Okta is hosted in a cloud environment. You just need to have a browser and internet connection. That's it. You can able to access the Okta portal and you can start maintaining the user and maintaining the user access. That means identity management also you can do, and access management also you can do through Okta tool for that organization. When I say organization, it is an it could be an enterprise organization, it could be a service organization, it could be anything. Even your company is also an organization. Your software company for which you are working is also an organization. Let us suppose I am dealing with I am a bank actually. Let us suppose I am a ICICI bank, and within the ICICI bank, I have various applications which I need to maintain. What are the applications that I have? In general, What are the applications we are dealing with? Any idea? We have web applications, we have enterprise applications. When I say enterprise, it's a business application. We have mobile applications, we have desktop applications, and we have various other applications as well. But the point here is, as a ICICI bank, I need to maintain all these applications, right? So for that, you need to see there would be a employees within the ICICI bank, there would be a customers within ICICI bank, there could be a partners within ICICI bank, there could be a vendors within ICICI bank. So all these are different types of users. For those actually, they have these many applications, and they need to have the identities has to be managed, and also they need to have access also has to be managed. So both the identity and access has to be managed. For that purpose, we have to have the IAM framework to be in the place. And who is fulfilling the IAM framework? One of the IAM platform. In our case, it is a Okta. Simple. Like this, you can take any organization, any company, they have to have the users, different types of users, and they need to provide the access to their applications. In general, if you take ICICI Bank, we have net banking application, we have mobile application, that is for user. As a end customer, I need to have the net banking application access or mobile banking application access. But if you are a business guy, then your access level would be different. If you are a partner, you are doing a business B2B with ICICI Bank, then your level of application and your level of access would be different, right? And if you are an employee of the ICICI Bank, then your application level access and your identities are different. So all together, who has to manage all these means? As a IAM engineer, it's my responsibility to maintain their identities, their accounts, when has to be created, when has to be updated, when has to be removed within the organization, and then whom has to has what access, that also I will only decide as a IAM engineer. So the HR, what it will do is HR only recruits you, right, as a employee or as a um, uh, any other resource of the organization, right? So when they actually hire you, they have to create your entry in a separate system called HR system. Normally, it could be a what are the Workday, you might have heard Workday application. That is one HR systems where they will enter the username and their details like what is his location, what is his Aadhaar number, what is his PAN number, what is his permanent address. All those details will be entered in a separate application called HR systems. We have various HR systems in the market, but generally we can talk that as a HR system. So once the user account is created within the HR system, then based on the details and the attributes of that user, what is the attribute? First name, last name, email address, phone number, all these are the attributes of that user. So based on that, an account has to be created automatically within the Okta IAM platform, and once the account is created, once the identity is managed of that user, immediately he has to get the access, right? The user has to get the access to various applications, either it could be web application, enterprise application, mobile application, desktop application. He has to get the access. So that configuration, that level of access management, group management, role management, everything will be created in a centralized place called IAM platform. In our case, that is Okta, right? Okay. Now let's talk about how to access the Okta platform. So, how much time we have? Yeah, we have plenty of time. Now, let me open a browser, and here what I will do is open Google, and once you open the Google, you need to type uh, temp email, because we need to have the business email. With Gmail account, I can't access the trial account of Okta. So basically, what I'm trying to do, I am trying to register myself as an business organization, and I want to try the Okta how it works. For that purpose, I need to have a business email account. That means normally what we have the email accounts at the rate Gmail, at the rate Hotmail, whatever domain you have. But those are not accepted. They need to have some organization email domain account name. For that purpose, we need to have a business email. Suppose you are not working, you don't have that business account. For that, I have an alternate solution for you. For that, what you need to do is to get the temporary email from the business account. You just need to type temp email, right? Temp email. Once you type, you will get the list of all the websites, but just select the first email which is in the green icon, temp-mail.org. Just click on this one. See here, it is loading. Once it is loaded, it will created a temporary email address for you. See here the domain IACIU at the .com. This is the email domain which is being created for me, and it is giving the email for me. So don't close this browser until you register. And here you can check your emails also. Whatever the emails that you are receiving, that also will be here only. So currently the inbox is empty. No emails is been sent to you. Now I just need to copy this email address, and don't close this browser until you registered, and activate the Okta account. So what I will do is I'll copy this user account, open another tab, Google developer.okta.com. So this is the URL to register yourself to get the Okta trial account. Just click on this one and click sign up. Right? Click sign up. See here, you will get various platforms, right? These are comes with different options. Like if you are providing a secure my customer for our SaaS application, then you need to choose this Auth 0 platform. But now we need to have a employee, contractors, partners, user access, right? For that purpose, you need to select the free trial account. How many days it will come? 30 days. 30 days you can play with this tool like anything to become a master, right? Full access to you. Do it whatever you want, explore it, whatever option that you are want to explore within the tool. So I'm giving you the access to this tool. Just play with it until you become a master. So I will try the middle option because this is what I am going to learn within Okta. So I want to have a try Okta platform. I'll click this link, the middle option, and here you need to provide the your first name, your last name, your work email ID, which is created just now for me by temp email, right? So what I will do is I will give my details, work email. I will paste this one, which is generated by temporary email, and I will give my mobile number also. This is also needed because I need to configure the multi-factor authentication. So mobile is has to be valid. Email address also has to be valid. Click here. Start start a free trial account. See the email, actually this tab you should not close until you activate the account. So keep it open. So once this is activated, you don't need to have the email account with you. That this inbox not needed. Okay, you are ready to go. Check your email to begin. That means my setup has been created. I just need to have the activate that account within Okta. So I'll go here to the temp email, scroll down. See here, earlier my inbox was empty. Now a new email has been received from the Okta team. Activate your free Okta trial plan. So just click on this one. It will open the email. Hi Sadiq Wali, your 30-day free trial includes the access to features to Okta trial plan. The link, whatever the link they are providing, you have to access. But before that, what you need to do is you need to copy this information, sign in information to some notepad and save it because these are the details that is needed. What is there? Username is there, which is your temporary email address created by that website, and there is a URL, and this URL is your Okta tenant URL. Tenant is nothing but the organization. So trial hyphen, and they have assigned some tenant ID dot okta dot com. This is my organization URL or Okta URL where you can configure, you can access the admin console and you can configure all the details of applications, users, and providing the access, removing the access, updating the access. All those activities can be performed within this particular Okta tool. And this is your IAM platform. You need to save it. And then what you need to do, click on the activate account button. And now you need to choose a password for this. So just click on setup, set the password for your account. What is the criteria? The password should be 8 characters long, lowercase, uppercase, number, right? Blah blah. You need to have to fulfill all these password policies. So I'm going to set the password. Next. Okay. See here. Now you set the password, username and password are ready. But again, one more factor has to be set. What is that? Okta Verify is the app. Okta Verify is the app. It is available in both Android and iOS, right? Whatever the mobile you are using, you just go to the Play Store if you are using Android and search for Okta Verify app. The app would be available. You just need to download that app, Okta Verify app, and make it ready before you set up. If you are iOS user using Apple phone, then go to the Apple store and search for the Okta Verify app. And that app is you can download and keep it ready. Okay. So once that is ready, you need to click on the setup. It is showing me actually a QR code which I need to scan within that app. So I'll open my Okta Verify app, and on the top right corner there will be a plus icon. You just need to click on that plus icon within the app. I will give you the steps, don't worry. Documentation, Word documentation or PDF documentation I will provide. But for now, you just need to click on the plus icon available in the app. I have opened the app, Okta Verify app, clicking the plus icon and selecting the organization. Yes, ready to scan, and I'm scanning this QR code. Clicking the enable, done, account added. So once I added and scanned and added that account, see, it got taken my thing. And now, as a first step, Okta, what it is asking is, what are the application that is most important to integrate with Okta? So all the organizations has to have the Office 365, right, to do the MS Office related work, and also Google Workspace is needed. Slack is needed to send the messages within the organization. Zoom is needed. Salesforce, which is a CRM application, which is needed, right? ADP Workforce now. So all these are the essential applications which are needed to run the organization. That's why it is asking to select some of the applications which would be needed. So Active Directory is needed for my organization. I will select this. Or Office 365 also needed. Slack also needed. Zoom also needed. So I have selected 1, 2, 3, 4. How many applications you want? Those you can select. Click next. Where are your users imported from? That means what is the source of your users? So in my case, Active Directory is the source. If I go back, see here, these are the sources of the systems. Workday, which is HR system. Active Directory, which is a directory system. Office 365, Google Workspace, import from user. But in general, the source directory would be Active Directory or Workday. That means there should be some source to import the users within the Okta platform. So these are the two users. We'll talk about in detail in the coming classes, but just giving you a heads up. I'll select Active Directory. And then what are the Okta features that you use or interested most? I need to have single sign-on. I need to have multi-factor authentication. I need to have authentication capabilities, identity governance and administration, which is audit and monitoring of the user account. Select and click the done. See, this is the Okta platform that I have logged in. Can you able to see my screen? Yeah. And these are the things that you can do.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, if you can see here, this is the admin console. And we have within the admin console, we have various options available. Dashboard, directory, customization, applications, security, workflow, reports, settings. So we are going to see each and every options available within the admin console and explore how to create a user and how to manage the access of that user. and we have various methods available to maintain their identities and to provide the access to those identities. When I say identities, this is nothing but user accounts. Without user account, a user can't access the application. So the two things you have to remember. One is maintaining users and another one is maintaining their access. When I say maintaining the users, when the users has to be created, when the user account has to be updated, when the user has to be revoked or removed or suspended. When I say access, when and what access has to be provided to the user, when the access has to be revoked, right? And what are the applications that he has to access, all those comes under access management. So in an organization level, there will be lakhs and millions of records available in the system for those organizations, and to maintain that entire user identity and access management, this is the tool that we are going to use going forward. And by end of the course, you will master in each and every options available within this tool. What is the tool, in what business scenarios you will use that, and how to implement that scenario, how to fulfill that use case. We are going to explain and explore more on each and every option for next 45 days. That is the plan. And also at the end of the course, you will be confident enough to answer all technical questions. That means how to do this, how to implement this, what is what, all these type of questions you can able to access while facing the interview. It is not rocket science, pretty easy comparatively with the development or coding stuff, because I worked as a different roles apart coming before coming to the security domain. I worked as a full stack developer. I know how to build the applications, front end, back end, database. In all aspects, I am expertise. I can build a web and custom applications as well. And also, I worked on the DevOps side, how to build a applications, how to deploy the applications. That knowledge I also have. And coming to IAM, like I have more than 10 years experience into the IAM, where I put my heart and soul to expert in various IAM tools. So Okta is one of the leading tool which is I am SME at, and also apart from Okta, SailPoint is one tool which I am a master in, and Entra ID also one tool. So going forward, you also, if you get an opportunity to explore one more tool, then don't hesitate to learn that tool as well. Because it's always better to have more weapons when you are dealing with your career, right? So Okta is one main weapon that you can use to grow in your career. And once you know how the IAM work within the organization, how to maintain the identities, how to access provided to the identities, everything you know, then it is not very hard to learn another tool, because the purpose is same. You are fulfilling the organization need. What is the organization need? Maintaining the identities, managing their access. Similarly, if you are now you are learning Okta tool, suppose tomorrow you got a project where you need to migrate the sale point to Okta, right? That means already one IAM system is there. Now they want to migrate from one IAM system platform to another IAM platform. Then you can you should have some fair knowledge on the existing IAM platform and the new IAM platform which you are migrating to. Simple. Then you can learn that as well if you get a chance. But what the funda here is, before learning any IAM platform, you should know how the IAM works within the organization, how the IAM can fulfill the requirements of the organization, right? So that is the whole purpose. So as a security team, if you are master in one tool, believe me, within 1 week to 10 days, you can learn another tool as well, because you know the concept. Technically, the navigation steps would be different in one tool to another tool, but moreover, what it is doing, it is fulfilling the IAM requirement for the organization. Let us suppose you are implementing single sign-on for this organization. That means with one set of credentials, he can able to access all the applications, whatever he has to access. Then SSO implementation in Okta would be a different navigation steps. SSO implementation in SailPoint or Enter ID or Ping Identity would be different. So the navigation step setup process would be different, but moreover the concept is same. You are implementing the single sign-on. And also, let us suppose you are implementing the multi-factor authentication. What is multi-factor authentication? After providing the username and password to the application, you need to provide one more piece of evidence to the system to prove you are a authorized or authenticated user. Let us suppose you are accessing a banking application, right, which is a financially, which is a very sensitive application and it has to be very secure because you are dealing with directly the financial matter over there. Now, after entering your username and password, you will get an OTP. That is extra authentication also you need to provide. Generally, we are dealing with the applications, right? Banking application. Then we have to enter that OTP also. Then only the system will allow you to access that particular application. Who will configure that part? Which OTP, which mobile has to be go? As a IAM engineer, I need to implement a multi-factor authentication, and that multi-factor authentication short form is MFA. That also we only need to implement. And organization level MFA is for various users, various MFA factors we will implement. Suppose OTP is one factor, Okta Verify is one factor. He has to receive a OTP in email for one particular set of users. Some set of users has to receive OTP in their mobile. Some set of users receive different, they have YubiKey in place. They have to enable the YubiKey and give the YubiKey key. YubiKey is nothing but a hardware device. You can, it would look like a pen drive. Actually, you can enter that thing in your laptop, and when you tap on it, a new unique number will be generated, and that number has to be accessed by the system. That is the YubiKey. That is a device wise. If you are more security needed, then they will provide, organization will create a YubiKey for that. That also I need to configure, right? So moreover, it is a configuration related work. When I say IAM, it is moreover configuration related work, not the development. When I say development, you have to do coding, right? But here, no need to write any coding. You should know the concept very well, and how to implement the concept also you need to know. Simple. Then you can fulfill the customer's requirement. Suppose if I ask you to create a users within the Okta uh, platform and give the access to these applications, then as an admin you can directly go there, create a users, give the access, khatam. Your job is done as an admin. Suppose you want to developer, Okta developer, you got a requirement. You need to integrate a new applications. Let us suppose they have built a new application organization, and that application also has to be imported or integrated with the Okta platform. Then that particular application also has to be integrated here, and that you have applications, then only you can give the access to that applications, right? So that integration also you can do here. Believe me, within the organization, there are different applications available. One applications implemented using some technology. Let us suppose it is a Java based application. One application implemented through different uh, tech stack. Let us suppose it's a Python based application. and one is implemented using JavaScript application, right? Different technology, different stacks, different hosted in different environments. Either it could be a on-premises application, which is a physical server they have installed or deployed that application. There could be an application which is deployed in cloud environment, right? So it's a mix of all the application within the organization. Nobody has the organization having the only these kind of application. So when you are dealing with the application, there will be a mix of all these tech stacks. But to integrate that one with the Okta, I need to have some common protocols like SAML is one protocol, OIDC is one protocol, WAR2 is one protocol. I'm just giving a high level picture so that you can relate what kind of work that can be done in Okta. So I'm just giving high level. We'll talk in detail in coming classes, but you can integrate the users also. So maintaining a users, you will import the users from various other sources into Okta to have the central repository. So all the user information will be available in this tool. And once the user import is done, users are ready, then you integrate the application also of the organization. You will integrate the applications also uh, within the Okta so that now users are ready within Okta and also applications are ready to Okta. You can maintain the identities and you can maintain the access for those users. That is what the major activity that I am going to do. And how to do that, maintaining identities and maintaining access, it hurts very simple, but there are various ways to do that. Different applications, different requirements, different user sets, different requirements. And as a IAM engineer, I'm going to fulfill all these things. And that is my daily job. So to get into software industry, there are two main things in a nutshell with my experience I am telling you. Either you could be a developer, that means you should know how to develop. When I say develop, you have to do some coding, either partial coding or full coding. You have to do it, right? And that is coding related job. You have to learn some language, some tech stack, and then you become master in it, and then you can get into the software industry. Otherwise, you learn one tool and become master in it, right? Either it could be a testing tool, either it could be a DevOps tool, either it could be a cybersecurity tool, any tool. You learn it, you master it, and from that experience, you can get into the IT industry. Apart from these two, there is no other way to get into industry. Even if you want to become business analyst or any analyst, there are also tools involved. You have to learn that tool and that domain knowledge, right? And this is one of the best opportunity if you want to migrating your career from one platform to another platform, or you are switching your competency from one thing to another thing, then this would be the better option. It is in very demand, very less resource, and once you learn it, you will explore more opportunities in India also, in abroad also, right? So consider this as an investment on yourself to learn new skills because skills are the new currency. Slowly, we are in the phase where actually people are happening, seeing many more changes in coming in the 3 4 years. You will be having an option actually to work as a individual. Now people are already starting. Nobody is looking for 9 to 5 jobs actually. They, if you know skill, if you are master in it, actually people sitting in home actually earning in dollars by doing freelancing project and by doing services. So all this stuff. Even for Okta also, if you go to the Upwork Fever, you might have idea various freelancing platforms where you can go and search Okta projects. There also Okta projects available. 50 to 80 or $120 up to $120 they are charging to do the Okta related stuff. for the startups and mid-level companies, right? Not all the companies have to afford a separate IAM team. For those reasons, actually, what they will do is they will hire some freelancer. They will get their integration or their get done by their user import activity and all those things from the freelancers, and you will get a good amount of dollars per hour, 30, 50, or it may go up to $120 also if you know the skills very well and you can fulfill their requirement. So that's also very becoming picking up very fastly actually. Um, that is also you can explore, and also uh, even though if you have career gaps, the 5 to 6 years gaps or 1 year, 2 years gaps, that is also not problem, because if you can satisfy the interviewer within the 30 to 40 minutes, then they don't hesitate you to take. They will, even the mid-level and the startup companies are not bothering to see the education background and gaps your background, what competency that you are gaining. If you are good at one skill, you can able to fulfill their job, then that is fine. They will hire you, right? And our packages also, like comparatively with other domains, the package is also very good into the IAM, uh, mm, and also for the various roles, like if you are um, starting with IAM engineer until IAM architect, right? You may get for IAM architect, you may expect at least 40 plus LPA in any organization, not below 40 LPA, believe me. So these are the career path that you can look. You learn Okta today, and tomorrow learning another tool will not take you much harder. Within 1 to 1.5 week, you can learn. That's I can guarantee. Okay. Any questions so far? I'll take a pause here. Any questions so far? Tomorrow class will not be there. Tomorrow Sunday. Uh, so no class on Sundays.
Okay.
Monday we can have. So my humble request is before Monday you enroll yourself for the course. We will send you the new link from Monday onwards. So I will ask my staff to create a new WhatsApp group on a daily basis. Whatever we discussed, I will send you the PDF steps what we have followed, so that at least you can see the video and see the documentation and you can practice. Because see, 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes we're discussing something, it is very hard to remember all those steps, right? I can completely understand. So if you have some reference, you can see the video and also you can follow the steps what we have discussed in the class. Then you can able to practice, because first time you are doing. I know whenever we are doing something first time, it will be hard. But after you practice something, you will get habituated. Believe me, any technical skills, with my personal experience, I am saying you need to practice a lot. Let us suppose learning a driving, four-wheeler driving is a new technical skills that you are learning. Initially, you feel very hard while learning, because learning driving a two-wheeler and driving a four-wheeler is very different, two different tasks. Two-wheeler is easy comparatively. Four-wheeler is bit different, because you have to look around your left, right, front, back, all the sides, right? So till 30 days while you're going to a any driving school, you feel like, okay, I know driving. But actual struggle starts when you take out the car and drive in a traffic or highway, right? Especially in Bangalore traffic, where the bumper to bumper traffic will be there. Then you will have to feel that, okay, driving is very hard. But if you can practice on a daily basis, then that driving will be easy. Any technical skills, same thing actually. After learning 30 days, you cannot say I am an expert driver, I can drive anywhere. No. Until unless you practice and improve your driving skill, you can't make that statement. Similarly, any technical skills, practice is the most vital thing. You have to practice. So 1 hour, 1.5 hour session will be sufficient enough for me to become expert? Absolutely no. That gives you fair idea and guidance how to implement, but you need to practice. Until unless the practice is there, you can't achieve your goal. I will give my 100% from my end, and I'll expect you also to do from your side. At least for 40 to 1 hour, you need to spend after the class. That commitment I need each and everyone from you. Hope sounds clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Have a
Sadiq,
yeah,
sorry to disturb Dinesh here. So
yeah,
I just joined call today. Okay, I
yeah,
was not there yesterday.
yeah.
So I have a doubt like if in real time if there is a few applications which is created in Windows, maybe from Active Directory, the user gets created, users were saved,
Mhm,
and your applications which are Linux related applications which where the users were saved in LDAP or some other tool.
mhm.
So how the Windows the AD Microsoft AD, I mean Active Directory and LDAP are the two different stuffs, right? How we can integrate the SSO with the Okta with those two kind of different operating systems?
Very, very good question. So actually, while we are integrating any application, actually, either it could be earlier used Active Directory, LDAP, or any authentication source, we have to integrate that system with Okta, and we have an option within Okta. Like I will show you how to install Active Directory, and we'll create some users over there within the Active Directory, and then we will import those users from Active Directory to Okta. So there should be a central user identity repository. For that, we will integrate the Active Directory, get the users onboarded in within Active Directory, and also get the application onboarded within the Okta system, and then we will maintain the users and maintain the access of those applications. Right? For that, integration has to be done. And going classes, I will demonstrate how to integrate the Active Directory applications also.
Okay, one more thing is like what are the daily day to day daily issues what we used to get as Actor team, and what are the maximum size of Actor team we in real time we used to have?
It depends totally on the kind of projects, because there are two types of projects mainly we deal with. One is implementing a IAM solution from scratch for the organization. In that case, actually, if the applications are very huge of that application organization, and also the user base is very vast, in that case, actually, there could be, you can expect 8 to 10 members also. That is the maximum team Okta team can have. And if it is a migration project, then 3 to 4 resource would be part of it, and they can take care of the. It totally depends on the project's activity and project duration.
Okay, one last question like can we communicate with Okta with API calls or Python or any other scripts? Is that possible?
Absolutely, we have a separate APIs. Okta does provide the APIs also. All the activities that you can perform through admin console can be performed through API calls as well. So we have a separate API stuff also. I'm going to cover that as well, like how to connect through APIs. I will open the Postman tool and show it to you how to create a user using API call within Okta, how to grant a group access, grant a application access, all those stuffs you will able to see.
Okay, Sadiq, thanks.
Thank you. Dinesh. Yeah, any other questions before we wind up? Okay.
Yeah, yes, I have. So, what will be the roles and responsibilities like Now the users will be integrated to Okta, suppose. So, what will be the role of IAM admin? Like, what exactly we're going to do?
Yeah, good. So, see, whenever we are starting a IAM project, we have to get the current state. Suppose you are doing a IAM implementation right from the scratch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So during that phase, actually, right from the business, analyzing the business requirement till the rollover activity, there are various phases of the project. One is requirement analysis. Within that, we will analyze the what is the current state of the application, what is the current source of the users. All those will be analyzed, and then to conclusion that by architect and the business owner, application to come to a conclusion that what technology stack has to be used, which IAM platform would be suitable to have the IAM requirements fulfilled for this organization. So during that time, actually, they will decide how many phases the project has to be go, and also what are the activities has to be done. They will decide and document actually. Based on that plan, actually, we will implement the things. And as a IAM engineer and administrator, they will assign the task like now the task came you like you need to onboard 50 applications within Okta. That task has been given to you. For that, what you need to do, you need to first see what are the protocols that I need to access, what kind of application it is. So all these high level will be decided by the uh, architect level designing phase itself, and you just need to implement those things and make sure that that application integration is working fine.
Okay,
That
and this is done only once, and later we can manage the users and access, right?
ha. The
Okay.
setup, initial setup can be done once only, but
Yeah.
later there will be many more requirements. So there should be a dedicated Okta team should be always be in a on mode. So whenever they get the issues, it has to be resolved, right?
Yeah.
So that also should be there. So implementation is one part, support is another part.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. If you know further questions, we can call it a day, and we can meet you on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend ahead.
Yes, you too.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, Sadiq. Thanks all.